And we're on. So, hello. Welcome to another OI round robin. As usual, I am Bishi, and tonight I'm joined by Jolly Yellow,
Evening, folks.
Maverick,
Hi!
and after being on hiatus for a while, Furiku.
I'm not dead, guys.
Yay! Okay.
Yay!
So we have a lot of stuff that we want to talk about, mainly dealing with E3. But Furiku did manage to go to ANEX, so we will let her talk about that first. So you have the floor. Let's hear it.
Okay, so ANEX was really, really good this year. They've grown quite a bit, so it was a bit more stretched out between the hotels, but, they were still really good and really organized about getting people where they needed to go. We had a great moment in con staffing really early on. So we have a friend who is mobility impaired, and she couldn't stand up for the entire time while standing in the reg line. So, they were trying to keep everybody, keep people from sitting down, keep people from moving, and that kind of thing, because, that's what you do. They had a limited amount of space in the registration line, so she really politely asked a con staffer, is there a chance that I can sit down? I can't stay standing for as long as it's going to take to get through the line. And he goes, I'll be right back. And he goes, and apparently what he did was go ask the people that were first in line, hey, do you mind if I rush this person to the head of the line because she can't, stay standing for half an hour straight? And they said, sure. So he comes back, and he gets her, and he puts her right in front of the line, and boom, so she was in and out in, 10 minutes. And it made everybody happy, and so to you, nameless ANEX con staffer, you are doing your job, man. That was, it's rare to see con staffers, that was the smoothest way to handle that situation, and, everybody was happy with it. To the ANEX guys themselves, to the actual con organizers, thank you for the new LARP room. Because of course that's why I went. I went for the live action role-playing game. You know me. Sorry. It was odd to get, it was in a different hotel than normal. I really lucked out in that I already had a reservation in that hotel. It would be awesome if you guys would keep it there for the next couple of years, because then the LARPers will probably all be regging, in that same hotel, so we don't have to walk back and forth or anything. But it was a big room, it was air-conditioned, previously at ANEX, well, Bishi, you were there. You know how they used to have those 4 rooms, which is fun in its own way, but would sometimes be limiting for, the big end-of-weekend scenes.
Yeah, because then we would have to, go down the hallway and...
Yeah. But, we had room for everybody, and, it was great. There were, everybody seemed to have a good time, we had enough chairs and space and everything. And to the ANEX LARP crew themselves, you guys put on a really, really good plot this year. I had a great time. You guys were playing with some really experimental stuff, but it was great. So I know New Jersey's a little bit far, but Somerset, New Jersey, Anime Next, that's really one of my favorite cons. Not just for the LARP, but the staff is great. The staff is willing to work with us. As a LARP crew, and everybody seemed to have a really good time. So if you are one of our more northern fans, go hit up ANEX next year. It's a good con.
Yeah, I went last year. It is a really good con. It's just, it is way too far of a drive for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no issues doing the 6 hours to AWA or, what it's going to take to Dragon Con, but it just...
It's going to be the exact same amount to Dragon Con.
Yeah, 11 hours up to New Jersey is a little much for me.
That's how much it takes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I say that because anytime I would go up to Jersey with my family, I would sleep the entire time. Don't know why.
Well, now you know why.
But I had a good time. Yeah, you gotta have the right other people in the car, man.
It does come down to who you have in the car.
I picked up Brendan Cooley on the way. If you remember, Like the year you played Envy, he was our irresponsible Captain Tyler.
Oh yeah, I remember Brendan.
Yeah, that is a funny mofo, man. Oh my god, he had me laughing the entire way up and the entire way back.
I still remember when like the first year I was playing, when I was playing Envy and he was doing Captain Tyler, I still remember he was laughing like crazy when I grabbed his jacket. And everyone else was just like, "Oh."
Well, we're boned. So, E3 stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So E3 happened. It was a thing.
For a whole week. Or 3 days if you watched it on the live stream and they just showed everything over and over again.
So yeah, that was what, June 9th, 10th, 11th, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So, this was my thing I wanted to talk about because I love video games. The first day of the first day was Microsoft's conference. Well, first thing I want to say, I enjoyed everyone's presentations when they were shown. A few of the things that Microsoft did was Forza Horizon 2, which Bishi loves him some Forza. God knows he loves him some Forza. One of my that actually got showed gameplay, which you know is just graphics. And one of my other games that I really am excited for is Sunset Overdrive. It's what, Bishi? How can I explain this? The best way for Sunset Overdrive, because you sat there and watched it, and so did Jolly Yellow. How can I explain Sunset Overdrive?
I'm trying to think.
Can I go first while you think then?
Yeah.
To me, Sunset Overdrive appeared to be if Dead Rising went even more over the top. That's what it kind of looked like to me, with the whole running around, shooting, and flipping off of rails, and the action that was going on. Because, you know, Dead Rising, a little over top with the whole zombie thing anyway, and it seems like Sunset Overdrive is going to be like, yeah, we can be funnier, we can be goofier. So
it's Dead Rising plus Saints Row?
It actually here's a great idea on how to kind of put this in perspective. It is an open world sandbox like Saints Row, you know, Saints Row, GTA, the open world sandbox like that, with Ratchet and Clank humor and action.
Okay.
If anyone's ever played any of the Ratchet and Clank games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just the over-the-top guns, over-the-top weaponry. You can, you know, zip line down power line, you know, or like grind down power lines. You know, this whole thing. It's insane.
And I'm this one of the ones I want to get. Once again, you know, the Crew. They didn't really show. The Crew is one of the other racing games.
I'm a little bit upset with something with that, but go ahead.
The Crew is one of the racing games that we talked about last time we did this around last year. Pretty much you can drive literally from coast to coast in game. It takes about an hour in game time, or in our time, to drive that far. But pretty much you can hang out with 4 of your friends, make a crew together, and do heists in cars and do certain missions like take down this armored car or race these other guys to a checkpoint race and all that stuff. But it didn't show any gameplay this time around. It just showed the whole coast-to-coast method. And I really want to see more. And I want to see more about this game because I don't want to spend my money on it and then it not be good.
Is there anything about release yet, or is it kind of like still in development? We probably won't see it before 2015.
No, it'll be done by the end of this year.
Oh, wow. Okay, now that is a surprise. They didn't have gameplay.
Or new gameplay, new stuff.
Well, yeah. Maybe that's going to be one of their holiday holdbacks. Where they like Yeah, they'll get a marketing blitz around holiday time.
What were we gonna say, Bishi?
I was gonna say I found out one thing that I was just like, and it's mainly I don't know. It's mainly me. Which I found out that the crew is going to be dealing a lot with microtransactions.
Oh, damn it!
That's the one word that will murder just about any game concept for me.
Yep.
What would it have to deal with buying car parts and stuff? And can I not just race for it? And
Making your car faster.
Car parts, customizations.
so
paint
once again, it comes down to, hey, I can't be filthy stinking rich in this game and buy everything. I have to be filthy stinking rich to make more money in game to be a douchebag.
God damn it.
pretty much.
It means you either grind away to unlock in-game items by completing challenges and missions to earn crew credits, or you can actually purchase them using cash.
I'm okay with grinding away though.
Yeah, but see, it becomes pay to win at that point, because there will be people out there that will just buy a shit ton of stuff
Yeah.
immediately off the bat with cash.
I've noticed that in some your mobile games where it seems like the mobile game developers is they want to bore you into paying money so that you can advance in the game, where the grind is just so unreasonably aggravating, and it's like, oh screw it, I'm just gonna pay money.
What was that game?
Candy Crush.
No, there was a worse offender.
Wait, for what?
For microtransactions and being massively, stupidly unreasonable.
No, PlanetSide 2.
Okay, that is a bad offender. So let's go with PlanetSide 2. It was also that one that was gating its reviews.
While you think of that, we actually have a question. Sunset Overdrive seemed more like GTA, Dead Rising, Dead Island, and Parkour having a kid. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Reasonable, yes.
Except it has a lot more goofy comedy.
And you got Sunset Overdrive equals Jet Set Radio meets Dead Rising. I believe that.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for it. Ugh. Just that opening trailer was what sold it for me. Then while we're still doing this, there's some other games that came out with Microsoft. These are pretty much like Microsoft. Not really. These are Microsoft exclusives. So you got Dance Central Spotlight, which I love Dance Central games. You have Fable Legends, which actually showed gameplay. Then you have Halo, the Master Chief Collection, where there's all the games rolled into one big collection to get you ready for Halo. I think it's Halo.
Halo, who gives a fuck?
Guardians.
Yeah,
There
Guardians.
are some people that really like the Halo.
Well,
I
no.
like the story with Halo. Come on.
It's become almost like the Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, do we really need to keep naming these? You're still going to buy it.
Oh.
But one thing that's in that Master Chief collection, though, is that apparently Halo 2, since that was kind of the one that really put Xbox Live multiplayer on the map, is they are trying to bring in. They're going to actually do the multiplayer from original multiplayer. They're not going to try and remaster it, redo this, redo that. Apparently, they're going to try and kind of just slap the original Halo 2 online multiplayer as it was back in the day. And I noticed that the crowd they did that. What Agnes is doing right there, actually, they kind of made that face.
I loved Halo.
There was nothing wrong with the system. Why did you change it? It was so good.
Exactly. It's like they took Halo 2 and decided it wasn't broken, so we're not going to try and fix it. We're just going to slip it right on in there. And that kind of makes me want it now. Because Halo 2 is one of the few that I actually really liked in that series.
I mean, there are glitches. Don't get me wrong, but the glitches are funny. Like the stuff the extra stuff that you can glitch and do and break. Guys, that's part of the game. Stop fixing it. Okay. Crap, I might actually do that.
Yep.
The,
What else we have?
the Division, the new Tomb
Yeah.
Raider.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
That division, yo.
Division. Okay, I'm a big fan of Tom Clancy games, and I love the pretty much the squad-based shooters. I like those. I really, really love them. One, I'm excited for the Division because it's going to allow you to use the second screen function. So, like, you got an Xbox One. Say you have a tablet or a smartphone, you can use the the Xbox Smart Glass, and be able to use it to drop in like items that can help you or do recon ahead of you and stuff like that. Which I'm kind of glad to see that Microsoft is actually trying to implement that into a lot of their games. Now, one of the other ones that it's a multi-platform game but they debuted it on Microsoft is Evolve.
Oh.
Do you love Left 4 Dead? Do you love playing with your friends? Do you have that one guy in your group that you can't stand?
Do you want to kick that friend's ass?
Do you have some friendship that you want to end?
Why not play Evolve? It's a 4-on-1 multiplayer game where 4 of you play as hunters. You can do either subclasses or whatnot, and each class has maybe like 3 or 4 other characters that you can play as. So they're not all like the first trailer. There's like 3 guys and 1 female. Well, you can have those classes, but there are other like genders, and hell, there's even a robot in one of the support classes.
Yeah, so it's like each of the 4 hunter classes have like different skill sets or skill trees.
No, each like say Agnes is one, Furicu is one of them. She can be a support, and you can be a support character. Both of your skills are different.
Yeah.
And super excited about that. And I don't care what anyone says, the second monster that they debuted during E3 is nothing but Cthulhu. I don't care. It's Cthulhu, flying Cthulhu wizard.
Flying
Cthulhu wizard.
He is. Look at him.
Oh no, I've seen him. That's funny how you put that.
B-shape.
Huh.
Look at the chat.
Oh yeah, I saw. I've actually watched it.
All right. I'll do it after the show. All right.
All right.
Another thing
okay,
is. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna say in the Q&A we have ephemeral synthesis. Did anyone else notice Project Spark's big fuck you to Conquer fans?
Yeah, that was my next thing. Yeah, there's this game called Project Spark where you can create a game and other people can play it. And so they did this really nice trailer and whatnot, and then at the end there was like, well, I haven't had a game in like 10 years. Why not come back? And then there's Conquer. Project Spark's an E-rated game, by the way.
Yeah, so we know it's not going to have Conquer.
Or at least it's not going to have Conquer at full Conquer capacity.
Conquer. Okay, so Ren, I almost started singing that song. I'm sorry. So Ren has a question. He has a question up here and in the question section. Yes, if you haven't seen it, look at the the Arkham Knight trailer.
Scarecrow design.
Yes.
Give me. Just
you want it?
Just right here. Just right here. Just put it right in there.
Rocksteady debuted the final trailer for the Batman Arkham series, which is called Batman Arkham Knight. Now, there is a character called the Arkham Knight in the game, and he is one of the newer villains. He has no connection to any of Batman's mythos or his gallery or any of them. He is a brand new character.
I'm so excited.
He is an original character. It picks up right after Arkham City.
Can I talk some Arkham City spoiler bullshit? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So if you did not play the serial killer side quest in Arkham City, go back, play the fucking serial killer side quest in Arkham City. All right. That was your bing, bing, bing. This is what we're doing for the next Arkham game.
Even if you would have known that Scarecrow was going to be the villain for the next one if you had done all the side missions.
Yeah.
He literally tells you that he is coming back to wreck your day.
Yeah.
Here he comes to wreck the day.
Okay, Scarecrow is my favorite Batman villain, all right, of all time. So the way Scarecrow was done in Arkham Asylum, that was so good, and it scared the shit out of me. So an entire game of that makes me so happy. Even though technically, if you're paying attention, Scarecrow's probably not going to be the final villain. He's like the guy that's very obviously the villain, but again,
But here's the fun part:
killer.
he's setting up for he's since there's a power vacuum now. Because if you don't know, Joker's dead. You've had plenty of time to play this game or look it up. Joker's dead. Yeah. He's not coming back.
I'm kind of glad to see him out of the way.
Yeah. So now it's more or less. I'm wanting to see how Harley deals with all of this because now she's by herself and running the Joker gang now.
I've seen multiple things. I've seen one rumor that said she was by herself, and I've seen one rumor that said she was working with the Mad Hatter. So I don't know.
That's a very bad time, and I don't want to see that happen for reasons. If you played Arkham City, it was not Arkham City. It was Arkham Origins, which was the really.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised they pull from the cartoon and have her hook up with Poison Ivy or something.
I know. I want a Harley Poison Ivy hookup.
Everyone
Not
wants
like that. Well, okay, maybe like that.
Everyone wants that.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe like that. But
let us be honest for a moment.
But pretty much Scarecrow's pretty much rounded up all the gallery to work together and take down Batman. Also, Batman has a new toy to play with, and it's nice.
Put all the Batmobile footage. Gimme. Just gimme.
My only thing about the Batmobile is I don't want it to be overpowered to the point where I can just fight off everybody and I'm about to die. Flip up high.
No.
Because you can summon in the Batmobile at any time.
Mm-hmm. The real strength of the Arkham games has been that you are playing. That they never let you forget that you are playing a guy in a bat suit. Any guy on the street can take you out if you fuck up enough. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. I hope it doesn't become like an armored. I can just get out of here whenever.
Oh, you mean? Oh, did you ever play Origins? Because they had a toy like that. It was called the Thunder Knuckles.
Well, see, I don't think they're going to put too much in the Batmobile because, as the previous games, it was combat system. Asylum and City were awesome for the way it was such a simplistic combat system, but it was awesome with all counters and everything like that. I think they're going to try to make sure the Batmobile doesn't take away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it won't, but they made the city twice as big and the streets wider so you can drive the sucker. But there are parts in the trailer that they did show that you got to be in the Batmobile and turn it into pretty much assault mode and go take out some tanks and whatnot. And the footage starts to get garbled and stuff. And Scarecrow comes out and he's like, good luck. Pretty much, good luck. I'm going to do all this stuff to the city and you can't stop me. And I'm not the only one that's going to be there. And then Arkham Knight puts his boot in Batman's throat to a gun to his head, and then cut trailer.
Tell you what I'm excited for. Those Riddler challenges.
Yes.
That dude is going to be he has to be upset after getting punked like that in Arkham City. I want to know what the Riddler's going to do in Arkham Knight.
Cry.
He is going to bring his game.
Yeah. No, when you play in Arkham City and you pick up that first Riddler trophy and it goes, bing, 1 of 300, you're like, you guys realized where your bread is buttered. You guys know what we want as fans.
Are you mad?
Okay.
Are you that mad?
No, I wasn't mad.
No. That was
Riddler.
me saying to the Riddler, are you serious? You that mad? I beat you last time.
Because he trolled you, basically. I mean, he was like, you got the first trophy, now can you get the other 399, man? Bro?
Jen has a question too. They've had the beta for Project Spark. on Windows 8 for the last 6 months or so, and she said it's actually really fun. I'll actually try and find it. I want to play it. I do want to see the beta and see what it's more about, because they didn't really show actual game footage. They just showed a CG trailer. And another one from Ren. Anyone else going to have fun with the Batmobile busting GTA moves?
Yes.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Great, Dukes of Arkham.
Yup. Oh, that's another thing I want to see. Okay, look. Rocksteady, you've given me Nightwing. You've given me Dick Grayson. You've given me... You've given me...
Pause.
Shut up. Yeah. You've given me Tim. Will I have a Jason Todd? I just want the rest of the Batman. I want Todd. I want
I
Red
don't think
Hood.
so, man. I don't think you're gonna get it, man.
No.
If there is any member of the Bat family that I want Barbara back. Right? Give me Oracle.
She's
Give me
she's
Oracle.
back there. She's back there. She's back in helping him. But I mean actual physical, like, I would like to be able to say, since, Nightwing's there, Robin's there, like, I would like to, if we meet up at a point, it was like, all right, I need you to go such and such this way to disable this. Robin, I need you to go this way. We get to split, and we get to choose whoever we get to go with. Like, we can either start with Nightwing, start with Robin, or end with Batman. Either way, like that. I want to play with them, not in, like, side missions and mess. I had the best time in Arkham City playing as Robin. Great takedowns. I killed that dude.
Yeah, Harley Revenge content.
Yes, I killed that boy.
Yeah, screw those challenge maps. I don't care about challenge maps. I want to play as Robin in the game and actually doing stuff. But
Okay, so did we want to talk about like some of the other games?
yes.
Yes.
There's a
I
new
will
team
say,
there.
I kind of, sort of, possibly now want a PS4 because of Let It Die.
What's Let It Die about?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. The trailer just looked awesome as fuck. Let me see.
I'm going to go back and watch them because, admittedly, I never did get to sit down and watch the Sony presentation, so I still need to go.
Oh,
back
it's a Suda 51 game.
That's what he wants.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Pretty much, all right, here's the short version of Sony's. You're getting The Last of Us HD edition, whatever. The game was good, though. Don't get me wrong, but okay, HD, fine. They're remaking and porting Grim Fandango to the PS4 and Vita.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I forgot about that until you said it. Yes.
Destiny, which is Bungie's game, it's Halo 2.0. The beta is going to be first on the PS4 and extra content for PS4. Woo. But then it's going to go everywhere else.
Okay. To give you an idea about Let It Die, you remember last year when it was officially announced for the PS4, it went under a different name.
What was
it
the
went
name?
under the name Lily Bergamo.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, because that was that weird one. That weird title. And another thing, Little Big Planet 3, they're introducing like 3 different new sack creatures. There's a really big derpy one. There's one that's pretty much a sack dog. And there's this really, I can't think of the third one, but it's really weird looking. But that was those. And one of the big things for Sony was Uncharted 4.
No
Thief's
surprise.
End. Now, if you watch the trailer, you'll note that he actually ended up getting married. He finally got married to her. If you played the end of 3, he finally got married her, and it was a nice. It's a nice a voiceover trailer with him talking to Sully and whatnot. And I think he's in Africa this time around. I'm talking Headhunter territory.
Nice.
And then let's not forget about Dead Island 2 and that wonderful, wonderful trailer.
Okay, so to give an idea of Let It Die, it's survival action. What happens is you are going around trying to survive and like killing all the other enemies that are around. Now, the interesting thing is when you die in your game, your character goes into the cloud and you're reincarnated into another player's game as an enemy.
Really?
Huh.
So that means as over time, as more people buy the game and as they die, that will increase the population of enemies that you have to fight in your own game?
Basically.
Oh, so it's a rage quit game. All right, cool.
Oh, no, it will become a rage quit game.
Oh no, I'm already expecting it to be a rage quit. Not becoming. It is a rage quit game.
Dryce is saying, don't forget No Man's Sky.
I know it, but I'm trying to think if I've seen it. I'm trying to remember the trailer for it. There was so much. But yes, if No Man's Sky, I can't remember much about it, but go on YouTube later on after the show, not now, because you're watching us, and type in the trailer for No Man's Sky and check that out. There's not much about it, like I can tell you about it, but because I can't remember.
It looks interesting, I will say that.
Let's see. Oh, and before we get too far along, we can't forget Nintendo.
Yeah, we can't forget Nintendo, because there are several things on there that oh my god.
Really quick, I just gotta say it. That Zelda trailer, though.
All right.
An open world Zelda.
How many people want to buy a Wii U now?
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to buy a Wii U for Smash. I'm sorry.
First of all, hold on. I already have a Wii U. So
all the haters out there that want to slam on the Wii U, now all of a sudden people are going to be wanting one. I'm calling it. I think this holiday season, Nintendo's going to have a nice little turnout of Wii units flying off the shelf.
Oh, please.
Dude.
Yeah.
Sir,
Dude.
please, get a load of these.
Sir.
I'm sitting in the living room right now with some Mario Kart 8 sitting in it. Oh,
Sir.
yeah.
Sir, first of all, you got Super Smash, and they're implementing the whole, the Skylander method, the amiibos, the little figurines, which I think is cool because you can. Not all the amiibos are the same. Say I have Link, Jolly Yellow has Kirby, Furiku has Pikachu, and Bishi has.
You're not allowed to have Mr. Game &
Who
Watch.
do you normally use? Game & Watch.
He uses Game & Watch.
Game & Watch.
This is a joke.
Judgment, motherfucker.
But,
So if we use them, they gain levels when we fight with them or fight against them. And it has their own play style, so we can have all four of us fight our little amiibos fight.
So wait, okay, it
You have
only
a mini
took you guys
Pokemon.
this long to figure out the thing from Soul Calibur 3 Conquest mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Fuck.
so I do have to I do want to talk about some of the other stuff that's coming out for Nintendo because
of course.
about that Mario life, bro. Mario Party 10.
say bye-bye to your friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Furiku, there's one on here that I know you'll love. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
That Mario Party.
All right. Don't get my hopes up, man.
Yeah, right. Trailer and everything. It was good.
All right.
Yeah.
After what happened with the American release of the last Xenoblade Chronicles thing and the fuck up and all right, like that was a pretty big fuck up. But okay, if they're gonna make it up to me, all right. What are you sending me?
Check the chat.
What are you sending me?
Just seriously.
While we do that, I'm gonna go back and read and stuff. You got Hyrule Warriors, which everyone was losing their mind. It's like it just looks like Dynasty Warriors. When they do that, when they show it, it's like the creators like, oh, we know it's like Dynasty Warriors because we love Dynasty Warriors. So here you go. We have to combine both.
Yeah, it's not some grand revelation to say that it's just Zelda characters and Dynasty Warriors. Nintendo knew that going into it.
Yeah.
How is this a business model that's going to fail? I don't understand why people are complaining about that.
I
Yeah.
mean, you just get to be Link running around tearing stuff up, or
Yeah.
whichever character. So far, they got Link, Zelda. I think Sheik and Empa will be playable.
No, just Impa.
Just,
Impa
just
and Midna.
Midna. I'm sorry. Yes, Midna, not Sheik. Yes, Midna.
And what else? Oh, and of course we can't forget about Pokemon because I swore up and down that I was not going to buy Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire unless they made something new. And then they're like, oh, Maverick-san, you know buy? Have new megas.
Ren is adding Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 combo with Nintendo costumes. That's another thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, saw some screenshots of her wearing like a Samus Varia suit, and I think she's even like where she's dressed like maybe Zelda or somebody like that. It's just like different Nintendo character costumes.
Yep.
Although,
No, I think she's Link.
Was it Link?
I'm definitely going to have to get a 3DS soon.
For
Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
That is what I am looking for. That is exactly what, man.
Wait,
We've heard the rumors. We've been waiting on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I want that so badly.
And then not Mario, where I said Mario Party. And then Monster Hunter 4 because you can't get enough Monster Hunter. It's like crack. That's one thing Capcom can do right.
it's the only thing you can do right these days.
Yeah. But and we can't forget about the sleeper hit of the Nintendo conference was Splatoon.
Splatoon, yes, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So with Splatoon, it's pretty much Paint Wars.
Paintball.
You pretty much just command and conquer with paint. You play as squid people that you're humanoid, but when you layer down as much as your paint as your team's paint, you can turn into a squid and hop in it and travel faster and clear the map quicker and put more stuff. And you can. The only way you can really die in game is if you get hit too much paint of the opposite team and you just explode.
So it's kind of like Dub Blob, except you're fighting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's teamwork. Yeah, it's team battle stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. I actually like Dub Blob. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's a very fun, nice game.
Okay.
Relaxing game.
Yeah, Splatoon will be fun though. I was looking at some of the abilities that they have where you can use the paint, like you said, to like almost teleport or quick travel over to your teammates. Like if your buddy's in a firefight or something, you can actually move over to him real quick and help him out or things like that. So, I mean, it looks nice. Hopefully it'll be something new to come along, new franchise that'll branch off and have a nice little future.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's get into the actual developers. Like different developers.
Oh, before we go into developers, there's one last game I'd like to try and mention real quick.
Yes.
I saw this trailer, and it's just because of the subject matter. And apparently there's a small indie game called Thrall, in which you are actually playing, you're in the 1700s Brazil, and you're playing an escaped slave in something of a platformer game. It's almost like a stealth/platformer game, and you play an escaped slave woman, and your main goal is to find the child you've been separated from.
Cool.
I just want to throw that out there. How often do you hear content about that? So, I put the link up on the LOI page. So.
All right. I would love to see that.
Very cool.
All right. Well, we'll start with the worst, the one that we just don't believe in ever. EA. So, EA.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me do this because I want to see Furiku's face, and I will do this so it's put up there.
All right.
Dragon Age Inquisition. And another Mass Effect.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. There was no gameplay footage. They just talked about it. They showed pretty scenes of space and stars.
They showed conceptual like art of it and stuff, but no gameplay
They're
concrete
working on
yet.
it.
They're working on it.
I think it's going to pick up like after.
How I feel about that.
Phil, you get on that hype train. That's what you do. So I take it for the hype train and ride it.
Speaking of hype train, you're gonna ride the one to Sims 4 straight to the bank.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
All my money. All my money.
Even if the server doesn't work for a week.
All my money. Every expansion's getting bought. Also, Star Wars Battlefront. EA picked that up, and I feel they're using the DICE engine, so I know it's going to look pretty as hell.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it'll look good.
And they are making a Mirror's Edge 2, which I can't play because that's too much movement.
Motion sickness.
I tried playing. I played half of it, and I was just like, my head hurts.
I
And
love it.
got a nosebleed, and I was like, I'm done. And we're going to talk about this one since we talked about DICE. And, you know, Battlefield is one of the, the first-person shooters that, they always have a game out every year. There's another one coming out, but it's not, it's not a Warzone one. It's called Battlefield Hardline. It is a Michael Bay type cops and robbers experience to the point where these guys just robbed the bank, stole some intelligence. They've caused millions of dollars of damage just trying to kill these guys and get this stuff back.
Don't tell me how many civilians they killed in that video.
Yeah. God.
More than that grenade you threw the other night.
Yeah, I killed a lot of people.
Hey, civilians got in my way. They looked at me wrong.
But the Battlefield Hardline, I'm kind of want to see more about that.
See, you're hyped about that.
Oh no, I'm not hyped about it. I just want to see more. I'm more hyped about Sims 4, Mass Effect, Inquisition, and Battlefront for
See,
EAs.
What I'm saying is you're hyped about that. I saw one thing, I'm like, yes.
What?
A new Burnout game.
Oh, good.
I love the Burnout franchise. I have always loved the Burnout franchise. And they're coming out with another one. Hell yes.
All right. Let's move on to Ubisoft.
Oh, and, the hockey nut I am.
Pretend that, fuck. Can we just pretend that this isn't happening?
Oh,
We don't
no.
have this conversation.
Oh, no. No, we're going to have Ubisoft. We're going to talk about Ubisoft.
All right.
We're going to get to Assassin's Creed later. I'm going to end that with that.
All right.
We're going to start with the good thing, Far Cry 4, where you're fighting against Julian Assange. I don't care what you say. It looks like him. You're fighting WikiLeaks, all right? You're fighting WikiLeaks.
We're not fighting WikiLeaks.
Yes, we are. The villain trailer that they debuted was really cool. And you're in the Himalayas, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think the cover art is like it's snow-covered mountains, so probably Himalayas.
As my first thought with that is Edward Snowden's a bonus boss.
Yep.
He'll be the first DLC.
He'll be an extra character. We talked about the Division earlier, then the Crew, Shape Up, which is just some exercise game, whatever. And my thing is, I'm a big fan of the Rainbow Six series. Yes, what was the one? Patriots got kicked to the curb. That's fine. But you give me Rainbow Six Siege, where I'm a SWAT team coming in to save a hostage. And so pretty much our team would be the SWAT team, and then other people we're playing against are pretty much the captors. And we have to outsmart them and do all that cool stuff. They can board up the house or board up wherever they are and lay traps for us, and we have to outsmart them to get it out.
Mm. And now we're on to the very most controversial one of the entire Ubisoft debut. I was going to put my face on it right now.
Assassin's Creed Unity. Oh, don't get me wrong. You're straight up Ninja Turtling everybody in the place. You can play 4 people. You can play with 4 friends and play the game.
I think the 4 identifier markers were the 4 Ninja Turtle colors.
I think so too. But the thing was, it was during the after interviews where someone asked, like, why don't we get a female when we have a female lead assassin game? Female models are hard to model. It's a lot of technical stuff.
Well,
We don't know.
No, the exact party line was it's twice the work. Alright, which is on a technical level that is a statement that is true. Alright, fine. Fuck you anyway. On a technical level, that is a statement that is true.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, you got okay. No, well, hold on. Let me say this. We did get a female assassin game. It was what was her? The Creole girl.
In Liberation on the Vita.
Liberations. And they're actually bringing that back, and they brought it back in one of the collectors, like as a main part in the game, like on the console.
And in some of the other main Assassin's Creed games, weren't there also like female assassins in like the multiplayer, and maybe not as part of the main storyline, but weren't there female characters in those multiplayer modes and stuff?
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Okay, Brotherhood, yes.
Yeah.
Then to me, it says that it's not really that hard to implement that in the main game.
I guess they just have to make a story, make it like so it'll fit. Pretty much, I guess. But then after they got so much flack for it, Ubisoft like, okay, fine, we'll be more diverse with our characters in future games. It's like, oh, okay. Whatever. All right.
I don't know. You know.
Oh, also, can we since me, Bishi, and I think all of us like fighting games. I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat X. Now, you know there was someone in Midway's office in NetherRealm Studios that was waiting to put that on that put that on a box. MKX. I'm so excited.
They've been waiting to use that X for years now.
Yeah. But it looks so good, like the initial debut trailer, like, you know, the promotion trailer. It looked really cool, and I'm thinking, is this gameplay? How smooth it was moving? When they actually show gameplay, it's kind of hard to tell what's from that trailer and actual gameplay.
What's actual gameplay?
Yeah, it looks great and it's smooth, and they introduced new characters too. There's some insect lady, which I got freaked out about, and then there's some. It's kind of a Yugo poison type character. Bigger dude, and then there's a little girl on his back, and she sends the big dude to fight most of the time, and little girl comes up and just ganks you in the ankles.
Nice.
And one more, which I'll end with this one, is Metal Gear Solid 5 Blood Diamonds, aka Phantom Pain. Sorry, Blood Diamonds.
There's a lot going on there when you say Metal Gear Solid 5, because, like, wow, there's a lot going on. Basically, that's going to be the closing linchpin that puts together for the fall of Big Boss for the most part. So, I mean, yeah, and even those diamonds, there seems to be some sort of purpose to those actual diamonds that he's holding in the game. Where supposedly,
all I know is that he killed those little black kids. I don't care what anyone says. He gunned down those little immigrant kids.
Well, he's going to become a monster. I mean,
I will say one thing. Metal Gear has probably got the most confusing storyline ever. Like, you can't just sit down and tell somebody what Metal Gear is. You have to show them.
Doesn't help that the games are released way out of order.
Yeah. But that's all I have to say about E3, pretty much.
Am I the only one to find it hilarious that they're actually adding Bruce Lee in a UFC game?
Because he's awesome. Because he's awesome.
Oh, man, I looked at the preview for that and I was like, man, Bruce Lee wasn't that tall. What are you doing? Why is he?
I'm curious as to how they calculated his stats for the game. I mean, all they would have had at best would be like archive footage of watching him fight, which
You could put it in the computer and do it.
I guess maybe they did like some Deadliest Warrior thing from Spike TV where they like calculate now.
Probably.
You just need, I mean, take a couple of Jeet Kune Do practitioners, a couple of really good Jeet Kune Do practitioners. You should get something close at least.
And there probably are Jeet Kune Do practitioners in UFC, so go to them and probably get combat data off of those guys.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of interesting, though, Bruce Lee.
Sensei Rousey was in the last one. Was in the last UFC game, right?
Who was?
Sensei Rousey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
okay.
in the new
I
one,
thought
too.
so. Yeah.
Maybe they'll make Chuck Norris a DLC character later.
Don't laugh about Chuck Norris, man. I've seen archive footage of that man when he was in his prime.
Oh, no, I know.
Golden age of bare knuckle karate, man.
Who?
Man, it was scary.
I mean, oh yeah, Chuck Norris, he's not just internet hype. The man actually was pretty dangerous in his younger days.
No, he was basically world champion. To insert your favorite striking art here, he was, world champion karate in his weight class and open weight classes for a number of years. Opened up a number of his own schools. God, what is the guy's name? There's this one guy that he would always fight in open weight classes and wouldn't be able to beat. And if you go back and watch the movie Sidekicks, the main villain, the name of the main villain is a portmanteau of that guy's name. What is his name? Like, if you know about Chuck Norris's actual fighting career, there is so much shit in his movies that just becomes hilarious.
What is it? Sidekicks?
Sidekicks.
Yeah,
It's.
I think
God, really cheesy.
the name is, I think, Kelly Stone was the name in Sidekicks.
I think that's right.
Oh yeah, Sidekicks. Wasn't that the one with
Yeah, Kelly Stone. Joe Piscopo is played.
Yeah, Joe Piscopo. Oh my God, he did such a good job. Such a good job.
Jim
with Jonathan Brandis and like Chuck Lee was his like mentor that he looked up to and all that.
Yeah. God, that's such a good movie. Such a terrible movie, but such a good movie at the same time.
Oh God, what did he? I didn't know he died.
Yeah, Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah.
He actually committed.
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh. Okay. Never mind. Happy thoughts.
I was gonna say
Happy thoughts. Happy
Sorry.
thoughts.
Helen Butt Cake. Yeah, something shiny over there. My bad.
Dryce has a question or a comment. Kojima is slowly working on a way to write Metal Gear MGS in a corner so that they can finally end it. He's tired of doing it, but he won't let them take liberties with it. Let the man do something else.
Yeah.
he's gonna have to figure out how to end it in such a horrific and finalizing way that no one can resurrect it later. Like they're gonna have to properly cut its head off, salt the body, and burn it or whatever to make sure it can't be brought back.
That's that supernatural logic that you just used. I heard you say salt and burn it.
Because that's what he's trying to do. I'll bet you money that's what Kojima's trying to do. He's trying to kill the franchise so no one can bring it back later behind his back.
True.
Go and make the official ending something like the joke endings from Silent Hill, where there was like a dog in the background the whole time controlling everything from like 1 or 2 all the way up to like Rising. Was it Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? It was all a dog.
Anything else we want to talk about? Like anything like in the
What?
Nathan Fillion. All right. Okay, so you know that Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out this around my birthday, I believe. So in August. So there was a thing that got leaked, or it's sort of a rumor, but I'm hoping to God it's true that Nathan Fillion that will possibly be Nova, the main character Nova in a future Marvel movie. He's supposed to make an appearance in the movie or whatnot. They're trying to dissuade it from. It's like, no, he's not. He's not Richard. No, leave him alone. He's not. Go away. Shoo shoo. But I hope to God he is Nova.
Well, according to Vicky here, you say you hope it's true. Apparently, according to the Mary Sue, that is solid confirmed that he's doing it. So
good.
Well,
He'll finally be able to be a hero he always wanted and not get canceled.
He's gonna misbehave. Finally, he can misbehave.
Another thing is coming out soon is like, all right, so we all knew from the beginning when Batman versus Superman was announced, we knew it was going to be the Super Friends. That's all it was. Once they announced, Wonder Woman, all right, cool. All right, Cyborg. So this is Super Friends, right? No, it's Super Friends. The working title for the Batman Superman movie is Dawn of Justice. And recently there were rumors, what have been confirmed out the ass, that Jason Momoa will be portraying Aquaman.
ooh. So we're getting metal hook hand version of Aquaman, right?
I don't know. I don't know
We're
what
getting
version
cool
we're getting.
Aquaman. Man, if we're getting Jason Momoa,
We're getting him as that. And apparently they already did the timelines for the DC movies. You won't see a Man of Steel movie until I think 2018, I believe.
good.
Ren can back me up on this or confirm with me, so because I like DC, but I'm not a big DC fan because it kind of just slips through the cracks when it comes to the movies. You won't see another Batman movie. It's rumored that Ben Affleck as Batman won't get a movie until 2019.
Again, also good.
But the Justice League movie will be, I think, 2016 or 17.
Cool.
And also, we recently, dealing with, speaking of superhero franchises, we had Avengers 3, or the villain who has been confirmed to be, it was Thanos. We all knew that. But Josh Brolin will be portraying Thanos. And he will make an appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's the entire reason we are doing a Guardians of the Galaxy movie is to explain the fucking Thanos thing. Okay, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't be all lost and stupid. And because everyone's like...
the MCU has been doing a very good job of refreshing stories and keeping an element of the original while still giving us some new material. So, for example, the Avengers movie, it still involved Loki leading an alien invasion. It just didn't have to have the Skrulls in it. So...
Nope, sorry, those are not Skrulls, those are Chitauri.
Exactly, no Skrulls. So we had, like I said, we were refreshing the story a little bit.
Yep.
If we ever get two Skrulls, it'll be somebody different. So...
No, we won't get Skrulls. The Skrulls will... Fox owns Fantastic Four, so...
Yeah. But speaking of the movie universe and stuff, you mentioned all the changes they're doing with the DC movie franchises, and maybe maybe I'm alone in this. I don't know, but I kind of like the fact that maybe someone looked and saw, like, wait a minute, Marvel is kicking our asses across the movie landscape. We need to slow down, get our ducks in a row. It'll take us a few years, but I think we can seriously compete with them. If we plan and do things outright.
Yeah, they can try.
I think they can make some legitimate strides if they, don't sit there and rush. Like, don't try to have Ben Affleck's Batman out by, like, 2016 or something like that. I'm fine with them waiting until 2019 if it all falls into a master plan. I mean, the cat's out of the bag. DC missed the boat on the live-action comic book movies. Marvel took the lead on it. That's fine. DC can still catch up if they do their shit right.
But that's the thing. They are. And there was an article, but they talked about, like, no, we're not trying to copy Marvel with their whole expanded universe. We're not trying to combine the universes. Are you stupid? Are you not trying to make money? We wouldn't even fault you if you decided to follow in their footsteps. Then we know that, hey, you guys have your head on right, and that you're trying to go the right way.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. I'd be glad if DC would just come around and say, you know what? Yeah, we fucked up. Marvel took the lead on this. Now they look better than us in the movies. Now we're gonna catch up. Go right ahead, catch up because DC has a lot of interesting stuff going on.
And Wonder Woman is getting her own movie after the Justice League one of the ones. And I know Flash is getting one and Green Lantern is getting one before, I think post Justice League movie. Hope to God you give me Jon Stewart. Just give me Jon Stewart as Green Lantern. That's all I really want.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like Hal. Give me John. Please.
Because then you can give me that hot girl. That hot girl. Yeah. I want that storyline. I want that Justice League story.
Okay, so I find it funny that you guys were talking about that because I was looking back on our planning forums and Jolly Yellow posted the article talking about how muscular action heroes set impossible physical standards for men.
Oh yeah, cause they do.
It's just.
Yeah.
Man, I'm now sad-faced.
Wow.
This came out of nowhere, by the way, too, because I was like, what? What is
Well,
this?
you're talking action heroes and all this, and it's one of those, well, let's talk about how they have to prepare.
Yeah. The hell that the actors have to go through.
For
One I
example,
always point to is, like, the guy that has my utmost pure, wonderful respect is Chris Hemsworth. Right? Because if you take a look at the order in which he shot a couple of his movies, he had to be Thor, and then bounce right back down and be a college student for Cabin in the Woods, and then turn around and cut all of that weight right back off to go be in the Avengers.
Actually, Cabin in the Woods was shot before he even got to be Thor. It was in developmental hell. Yeah, that was the first movie he worked with Whedon on, and that's why Whedon was like,
God damn, so he had to stay at that weight for even longer.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was Rush.
Baby.
It was Rush is the one that you talked about. You were thinking about.
And if I could cut in here for one quick moment, apparently Maverick Vicky put in a comment here saying that it looks like Nathan Fillion may not be Nova. Apparently, according to this article on Mary Sue, supposedly him being Nova has been greatly exaggerated.
Bullshit. It probably will be, but that's just Marvel saying, like, no, got a leak.
Yeah,
put a stamp on it. They can't know. They won't. We're not going to ruin the movie for them.
No, you can't silence Nathan Fillion.
I bet money on it. He's Nova. I bet money on it. I give $1 whoever's with me in the theater when I go see this movie. I
just love how the picture they have for Nathan Fillion in that article is him as Captain Hammer.
When does Guardians of the Galaxy come out?
Something.
We're all going to see it around birthday time. So
yeah.
even if I go see it before y'all come down, I will still promptly give you your $1. I won't tell you.
No, I don't want the $1. I don't want the $1. I want him to be on screen. I don't want the $1. You know.
Apparently, he has a cameo. That's what it says.
Yeah, he has a cameo, but they're not going to say what it is.
I swear to God, if he's Malcolm, if he's Mal, I'm gonna lose my shit. if he is, I will lose my shit.
I don't know, either that or voicing Deadpool somehow.
Nah.
I know it's messing. Although I think he'd do an awesome job voicing Deadpool. That's just me.
We wouldn't even need to hand the man a script. Just
let him voice.
Like, yeah, Nathan, you're Deadpool. Go for it.
But yeah, you're talking about people, male actors make us look normal and substandard, and I can't do that. I can't be an Asgardian god, and I can't be a Hulk. Can't be a Batman.
Okay,
yeah.
Hold on. Furiku.
Mm-hmm.
You have actually seen me and known me when I was when I actually weighed the most I ever have in my life, and that was when I was like 145.
Yeah.
Skinny bitch.
And I didn't look much different. That's the sad part.
Yeah, that's the really depressing part.
I won't be able to do that. Ever.
Yeah, no. I've done enough. God, I've done enough weight cutting for judo competition. Never again. Like, it's like weight cutting for bodybuilding, only worse because you have to maintain that look and that intensity for fucking weeks worth of shooting. Hey, I don't understand,
The
man.
one who has the worst schedule, or one of the greater workouts, which is respectfully like awesome, is Hugh Jackman. His workout consists of him waking up at 5:30 in the morning and working out throughout the entire day, eating over like 12 different times.
Yeah.
See, that's one of like the Spartan from 300 workouts or something.
No, it's worse. It's
No.
more.
I mean, like, it makes me think of seriously how I had to be to maintain when I was weighing the most, because Furiku saw me eat. I was eating like 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was ridiculous.
And I give props to the male actors that have to, the physical actors, hey, not just the ones with the pretty voice you have to take your shirts off most of the time or shirtless. I mean, you're fighting. You're an action star. You're having to do your own stunts and whatnot, not just stand there and look pretty.
Yeah.
I'll pull a Jackie Chan and you're doing other people's stunts.
Yeah. Like, these are the ones that had, like, in between shots doing push-ups to keep the blood pumping and, like, the bigness. Jason Momoa, for example.
Yeah.
If you watch Conan, his workout thing, he went on an interview of what he actually did to prepare for Conan. What he did, he in his trailer he put up pictures of naked women and bodybuilding dudes just to, like, for motivation, and he didn't talk to his wife, didn't talk to her, didn't see her for like 6 months, and didn't do anything, didn't relieve anything. He just did push-ups whenever he had that urge, and he had his friend punch him in the face and break his nose. So all of that pure rage you saw him as Conan was pent-up frustration and just anger.
Well,
I felt bad for his wife.
Damn.
Oh, God. But, yeah, the end result is what everyone's after as far as who goes to see those movies, but the rest, like, it puts a standard out there that is nigh unattainable to pretty much anyone outside of that situation.
We don't have trainers that we can spend thousands of dollars on every month to get us into shape. Yes, it is self-motivation, but it also helps when there's someone poking you and beating you to make you work out.
Well,
It's not our job.
It is their job.
To work out like Hugh Jackman. Like, you're saying Hugh Jackman works out like all day long? Well, how many average guys have the time to be able to do that? I'm having a hard time fitting in 1 hour of workout time a day.
What were you saying, Furiku?
I mean, frankly, that is their job. Like, if they're getting paid that much money, your job is to work out for that much time so that you fit the look that we want so that you can then get on camera and then do the extra stuff that you have to do. It's fucked up, but
That's showbiz.
Yeah.
depressingly, yeah.
And I feel bad. And at first I didn't think it was a big thing for us until Jolly put up that article. I was like, because y'all have it harder. Y'all have it just as hard for women in any type of industry, like especially when your face is out there or your body or something like that. You have an image to uphold.
Yeah.
Well, everybody does. Like, I think that was the point that Jolly Yellow was trying to make. Was
Yeah,
everybody does.
it's not a gendered thing. It's an everyone thing.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, yeah, women, yeah, there's definitely, when an entire article can be written around, like, how did so-and-so woman look when she went to the beach in her bikini, and it's like, yeah, but she's on vacation, she's chilling. She doesn't need to look like the whatever she was in her last movie where she's the all perfectly sculpted, goddess-looking thing.
Yeah,
I'm with
and
my
then,
family.
and then you see the same thing with, like, if Hugh Jackman's taking time off from making, Wolverine or whatever.
Can we
And
not
he's at
get
the
any more
beach.
Wolverine movies, please?
Like
will.
when there was
You do.
a decent chunk of time between them, and
Yeah.
he actually took time off, it's one of those things if he actually started developing, a gut again.
Yeah.
And then
And
within a
people
week, boom.
people lost their shit over it. And it's just one of those, he's human.
But yeah, but without those photos, people seem to think that he had that Wolverine physique all the time. Or I'm like,
No,
yeah,
he's bulked up greatly since the first X-Men movie.
well, of course. But how likely would he have that physique if it wasn't for the Wolverine role, though?
Yeah.
Not very likely. No offense.
He might be in shape, but not to that
Yeah,
high
I'm
standard.
not going to say he would look like me or anything, but I don't think he would have that Wolverine cut and tone fitness if it wasn't for the Wolverine role, which, he's only got one more movie, I think, to fulfill that contract. So,
No, he's got more in him. They fixed that.
Damn it.
They own him.
never mind.
But no, he wants to go over into Marvel, like the actual Marvel Studios. He wants to get away from Fox and put Wolverine in the Avengers. He wants Wolverine to be a part of the Avengers.
Can we not? Can we just no? God, fuck, God damn! I used to like Wolverine, right? God, before. All right. God.
Hey, look on the bright side.
They retconned everything.
About 10 years ago, the guys who were writing the comics, more than 10 years ago, the guys who were writing their comics got their heads up their asses. There's no other way to put it. And
Wolverine's everyone's favorite.
why though? He hasn't, I used to like Wolverine. Now I don't like any of the X-Men.
I was going to say, look on the bright side. Look on the bright side, Furiku. You still hate Cyclops more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that retcon and Gene's standing in the kitchen and we're doing the Dallas ending and where's Scott? Nowhere.
No, actually, Scott was there.
Fuck you,
Yeah, Scott was there.
Scott was there.
What? No.
Yes, Did you not see Days of Future Past?
I thought he was still dead.
No. You didn't watch the ending?
I thought he was still dead.
No, they retconned everything. Kitty's with Colossus. Bobby's with Rogue. Cyclops is alive, and so is Jean.
Yeah, everyone that died in the previous movies, they're all back. So, yeah, basically reset button.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a reset button, which I'm pissed off enough about, but...
Great, you had the great will of the macrocosm interfere.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But no, Wolverine, I don't know, I used to think Wolverine was cool when I was a kid, but now that I've grown up, it's like, he's just like the ultimate example of the stereotypically broken masculine man to me now.
Yeah.
That's just
Wolverine was never my favorite.
Yeah, I used to
like Spider-Man.
No, even, out of the X-Men, Wolverine was never my favorite.
Who was your favorite X-Men?
Gambit.
Name the writers.
Wait a minute! That thing just reminded me. You're getting Channing Tatum to be Gambit.
What's wrong with
Yes.
that?
Channing Tatum, he was in the second he was in the G.I. Joe movie, well, the first one anyway.
He was in the second one for a little bit. He's also in 21 and 22 Jump Street,
Yeah.
Step Up, and
Magic Mike.
and Magic Mike 2 that's coming out, and some other movies, and that Dear John bullshit. That romantic comedy
Didn't he
movie.
actually get started in one of those dance? What's it called?
Step Up.
Step Up, yeah.
I'm upset.
Dryson's favorite one was Nightcrawler, but she has her reasons. I think maybe my favorite X-Men was Wolverine. I liked Wolverine. No.
I actually liked Cyclops until I realized how much of a jerk he was.
He's always been a dickbag.
Well,
Always.
Again, stupid kid not really paying attention. I was like, okay, he has a very simplistic power, so he has all his leadership and command skills and everything to kind of make up for that basic simplistic power. And then I realized how much of a jerk Cyclops is.
It was after Jean died when you actually saw every.
Scott's a jerk. Jean's a vindictive bitch. And, Scott and Jean deserve each other, and now that Jean's dead, Scott really deserves the absolute misery that Emma's putting him through. Alright, you two really deserve each other.
I actually like Kitty, but then,
I'm a fan of Beast myself. I enjoy Beast. He's interesting. He's a good guy.
But out of my favorite Marvel character in general, has to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's my favorite because you want to know why? Even though he has all these super magical, great superpowers and all this stuff, he has still got real people problems. He has to pay his rent on time. He has to eat. He has to take Aunt May to the doctor. He's got to make sure he's got to go.
Trust, or he doesn't have patents on some insane technology like Reed Richards does, or no, he has to get a job.
I don't eat tonight, like. Oh well, I don't. I'm just gonna go patrol the city on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I don't have a tailor that can make my costumes for me. I have to patch them up myself and make the most of them.
I think there was one part of the comic he was in the middle of sewing up his costume, and when stuff started happening, he was like, "Seriously? What? Come on! I just got home." But speaking of Wolverine and whatnot and comics coming up, I know they're going to have the Spider-Man universe special coming up soon with like every Spider-Man that's ever been made coming into one giant universe and having some type of storyline. And it is the death of Wolverine.
Yes.
In the fall. Like, he has no, like, in the past issues of things, he's lost his regenerative abilities, so he has to be very, like, a lot more safer when he does stuff, but he will die in the next coming up comics and when his special.
I wonder if it'll have something to do with the current story. What is it? The secret?
Original Sin
going on.
Yeah, Bucky stole. I think Bucky may have killed the Watcher, but he has one of the Watcher's eyes. And Nick Fury. Spoiler. I don't really care. Spoiler. Nick Fury has the white Nick Fury that we've been seeing in the comics for over these years has been nothing but life model decoys. Nick Fury is actually a very old man. He's been hiding away, just sending out decoys.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But other than that, that's about it. And oh yeah, Transformers. It comes out Friday.
Yeah.
Grimlock.
Me, Grimlock.
Grimlock.
Grimlock. Fuck.
Grimlock.
So members, we're gonna go see that movie. God, I don't want to give Michael Bay my money, but
Michael Bay's getting my money, and I can't help it.
I refuse to go to the theater to watch that. No, I'll wait for the DVD.
That's fine. I'm gonna go see. I'm already seeing 2 Michael Bay films by myself. I don't really care. I can't not go see Ninja Turtles.
What is that release again?
In August, around my birthday. I'm gonna go see that by myself. Oh God. Why is Johnny Knoxville Leonardo?
I still have hope, alright? I don't think it's going to be that bad.
That's not the problem. I just want to see how they're born. That's my thing.
Alright. I was going to say we can probably go ahead and wrap this up, but 2 things. Yeah. One, Dryce actually said that I don't think Channing Tatum will be able to handle the Cajun accent. Actually, he grew up around there.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a plus. Maybe I'm still giving that grudgingly.
And if he knows how serious of the role is that people are looking upon him, I feel as though he'll do his best. I feel as though he will actually take the time to learn it, get an accent down, and be okay. Like I have faith in the Tatum.
Let's see. Also, just commenting saying Fox will never let their Marvel titles go.
Cold dead hands.
And one thing, hearkening back to some of our game stuff, which I actually thought was kind of interesting in a way, talking about how Kojima was talking about taking hold of Silent Hill, but he can't until he's done with Metal Gear Solid.
Oh my God.
I wanted to know what you guys' opinions on Kojima possibly taking hold of Silent Hill was.
Fun timing.
Lots and lots of cutscenes.
Like, I just replayed Silent Hill 3 this past week. Yeah. Yeah. Do that.
With the way he writes stories, wow. I think he can do something impressive with it. I'd be willing to watch that playthrough. I'll never play it myself, but I'm willing to watch a playthrough.
Dude, okay, think about this. I'm talking Phantom Pain type.
Yep, I will be there.
HD. Wait a minute. Phantom Pain type quality graphics. You wet yourself with the opening credits. I'm done. Like I don't know.
You're gonna get to the end boss, and it's gonna be Psycho Mantis.
That's not even funny.
It's hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about.
and you're gonna have to conjure the spirit of the sorrow in order to beat him.
Speaking of games, guys, be sure to go and check out the Steam Summer Sale as well. I've gotten a lot of things for you guys, so I can play. And thank you for Dad. Thanks, Dad, for getting me a few games so I can stream them for the show. I love you, Dad.
Oh.
And
yes.
Mom and Dad.
And you fans out there, if you have any requests of something you'd like to see streaming, put it up on the OI page.
Yes. And, I mean, hell, if you just, if it's cheap and you want someone to stream it, just, find one of us on Steam. We have an OI Steam group.
Yes,
we'll do a dry run of something.
But
there are a few that I have gotten that, I would love to see get played.
But, so, let's see, is that everything?
Speaking of, I might try to play some Payday later on tonight, just because.
Alright.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been great. Thank you for the comments, the Q&A. It's been good. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to click the subscribe button that's down here.
Share us with your friends.
Yes, share us with your friends. If you haven't already done so, please, like and share our Facebook page. Go to our Twitch page, twitch.tv/Omake_Ikuze_games. Subscribe to that, share that. If you have any questions, comments, topics for future shows, anything of the sort, email us at omake.ikuze@gmail.com. Other than that, I think that's everything, and we should be back in 2 weeks with another show, yes?
Yes. I might not be here because I am going away on vacation to a wedding. So.
Yes, because that is looking like August 1st right now.
No.
I'm sorry, July 1st. Yep, I just said forget July. We don't need July.
No. That would be like the 5th. No,
yeah,
6th. That'd be July 6th.
July 6th.
Wow, and I got the date wrong. I was going to skip that whole month. Yeah.
It's all good.
Bruh.
But, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for following us, keeping up with us, and we will catch you on July 6th for our next show. Until then, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.